I've always wanted one of these fellows, he said, but my papa wouldn't let me have one. Sure, it's cute. Mrs. Brisbane cleared her throat. Yes, but I'm afraid he's a little distracting. I was going to see if Mr. Tim in room 12 wants him. I was shocked. Luckily, so were the room mothers. Oh, no. The children just love Humphrey, said Mrs. Fetrow. Hetty talks about him all the time, and it's a wonderful way to teach the kids responsibilities. Mrs. Hopper said, yes, but it's a little too much responsibility for me. Mrs. Brisbane sighed. At least I have a couple days away from him this weekend. You're not taking him home with you? Asked Mrs. Fetrow. Mrs. Brisbane backed away from the kitchen. Oh, no, it's out of the question. But Mrs. Mac always took him home, said Mrs. Hopper. He'll be fine. He has plenty of food. Mrs. Brisbane answered very, very firmly. The room mothers were silent a second. Mr. Moles was still wiggling his finger at me. Then Mrs. Hopper spoke up. Why don't the kids take turns bringing Humphrey home for the weekend? They can sign up, I'll talk to their parents, and give them instructions. It will be a great experience. Some people might not want him, said Mrs. Brisbane. Squeak for yourself, Mrs. Brisbane. That's fine, said Mrs. Hopper. You'll be plenty. Who will? I think they're. I think it's great. Mrs. Fetrow agreed. I'll take 'em today, but we're going up to the lake for this weekend. Oh, I'd take 'em too, Mrs. Hopper's said Mrs. Hopper. But we're painting the house, and the place is a mess. Next week for sure. Yes, I could do it next week, Mrs. Fetrow agreed. Mrs. Brisbane smiled a fake smile. So who's going to take 'em this weekend? The room mothers looked at one another. I could make a few calls. Maybe the Rendles, Mrs. Fetrow suggested.